I've always enjoyed writing. Once I understood that it was like talking, and I love talking anyway. So I thought I was delighted with it. And my head is full of ideas still, full of ideas for stories. It's a question of the time and getting them down, getting them to some kind of shape. So I have always enjoyed writing, and it has been grand. I don't want ludicrous happy endings where the heroine is rescued by something. Because in real life, the cavalry does not come over the hill and rescue you. And in real life, also, when you think about it, things that people often aspire to, like money and like good looks, and being married, are not necessarily what make them happy. I've seen lots of married, wealthy, and good looking women who are absolutely as discontented as you ever wanted to meet. That's not where happiness lies. Happiness has something to do with thinking that the glass is half full rather than half empty. It has to do with making the best of the hand that you're dealt. I was once on French television and they asked me, "What is your philosophy of life?" And I had no idea what to say because my French is exactly like my English. It's spoken with a Dublin accent and very quickly and very ungrammatical, I'm sure, a lot of it. So I suddenly heard myself saying in French to these people, "I think we've got to play the hand we were dealt." And I was afraid to look at the other people on the panel in case they were all so horrified by this terrible glimpse into the obvious. But they were all nodding their heads and saying, "Yes, that's right, quite true, quite true." And they all seemed to play the hand you're dealt, seemed to be a good idea. But that is it in a nutshell. We have to play the hand we're dealt. I mean, if we're born in Ireland, and there's no point in thinking that you're going to get to Broadway or something like that unless you save up the money and get the fare over there. There are little steps to be taken along the way. I just great believer that almost everything is possible if you're cheerful and you want to. And I've had a very happy life. I was raised and brought up here in Dalkey, which is a suburb of Dublin, is 10 miles south of Dublin. And I lived with my mother and father and two sisters and brother, and everything was very nice. And the parents thought we were wonderful. We thought we were absolutely wonderful. And whenever any of their friends came in, we were always got out of bed to say something like the capitals of Europe or the States of America or whatever it was. And I'm sure the friends must have been bored rigid, but we thought we were the most wonderful people in the world. A very happy life. Then I was teacher, and I was a teacher for 7 years, and I really liked that. And then I got a job as a journalist, and I liked that a lot. And then I went to England. My job took me to England because I fancied an Englishman. You see, he was very nice, and I'm only telling you about it because it all worked out all right. If it didn't work out, I wouldn't be talking about it at all. And I went to London to pursue him. And when I was in London, I managed to catch him, which was grand. But that was the good bit, and the private life was fine. But I found London so big with all those people. I thought I'd know everybody in 2 weeks like I do in Dublin. You see, I couldn't walk at one stage from one part of Dublin to another without meeting 20 people. I knew nobody in England. So that's why I started to write fiction, because I was a little bit lonely. And I think that was very lucky too. And then we have still got a little house in London, and we've got this house here in Dalkey, back where I came from. And my sisters and brother all live in Dalkey too, which is lovely. So we're all up the road and down the road from each other.